Do you think LiDAR is needed? Do you think there's benefit? Do you think it's better to not have it and keep it cheaper?
Yeah, yeah. So I think that, from a cost standpoint, I've been before they used to cost a lot. Like I've been very negative on them. And then, when you take the V1 approach of building these self-driving capabilities, which was all rules based, there could be a lot of problems with that approach and having two different signals. Meaning, if the video cameras are telling you one thing, but then the LiDAR is telling you another thing. If you're taking the rules based approach, then like what do you do?
Hmm.
And I think Elon is right about that because he made the decision of dropping LiDAR when he was approaching self-driving under the V1 approach, which was the rules-based approach. But with the V2 approach, it's a little bit different, meaning like you can feed all the data that you're getting, all the signals, the cameras, the video, the LiDAR, the radar, all of it into AI and say, this is how a good driver is driving based on all of these signals, right? And
Yeah.
that's how AI learns. So if you have more input to AI, all indications are that that's a good thing, not necessarily a bad thing. So Elon might be wrong about that. And part of his resistance might be the fact that if he admits that, okay, LiDAR radar could be a good thing, then all of a sudden 100% of all of the existing Teslas that don't have that vehicle on those
Yeah.
vehicles are completely pointless, and they cannot even be used for data collection. So it's possible that it would put Tesla way behind on the data collection side of doing AI. So I could see why Elon is double downing on the camera only based approach because A, he doesn't have LiDAR radar on his vehicles, and B, he's kind of like, we got to figure this out with video only because that's how humans
Right.
drive. But but technically speaking, the V2 approach is take all the sensory info, throw it at neural nets, and tell neural nets this is how a good driver drives with all this sensory info, and figure it out, right? And AI figures it out. And
I mean, it
in that
it make
scenario, Rivian might actually be at an advantage.
it makes sense to me. It's how humans work, right? Like we have our five senses. Like either I see I'm about to walk into a wall, or like
That's
I
right.
kind of hear a difference of like the noises, and that kind of stops me or whatever.
Right.
Or
That's
you feel it
exactly
and you
right.
kind of slow it down before you make real impact, right?
That's exactly
Um,
right. And they call that intuition, right? Like
yes,
intuitively, you knew
yes,
something was wrong. And AI is really good at figuring out that intuition, essentially, when you give it enough data. So in the V2 approach, so to be clear, my position was very much in line with Elon's in that, like,
okay,
hey, you can't have two sensors telling you to do two different things in the rules based approach, right? So I was 100% on board with Elon's way, but now I'm like, more data is not necessarily a bad thing when it comes to AI approach. So this is a little bit different.